What's up, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis XL, right back at you with the 100 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days, we're dueling with a different deck every single day. Today, everybody, we're taking ourselves a look at a Destiny board deck. We're going to be trying to win with the alternate condition of Destiny board, setting up all the spiritual messages, but we also have some other things. We got some Phantom Knights, some Burning Abyss, just things to distract our opponent. This is the main story today. We're making Destiny board. We're winning alternate condition-wise. We'll have ourselves a good time, and my boy Kariba's here to give us some good luck today. And we're going to have ourselves a good time. So, big shout out to Mr. Harry Yu, who asked me to take a look at today's deck. And without further ado, let's go ahead, go for the deck list, and then get right into the duels. So for our main deck today, we're running one copy each of Cursed Necrofear and Dark Necrofear. We have Seer, the Male Bride to the Burning Abyss. 2 copies of Dark Spirit Banishment, 2 copies Dark Spirit Malice, 1 Fiendish Rhino Warrior, 1 Graph, the Male Bride to the Burning Abyss, 3 Tour Guides of the Underworld, 1 Skarm of the Burning Abyss, 1 Phantom Knight's Ancient Cloak, 2 Doomdog Orcthros, 2 copies of Phantom Knight's Torn Scale, 2 Phantom Knight's Silent Boots. We have triple Allure of Darkness, triple Dark Spirit Mastery, 1 Terraforming, 1 each of the spiritual messages L, I, N, and A, or H-E-A-T if you're going with the OCG here. We have 3 Dark Sanctuary, 2 Phantom Knight's Foggy Blade, 1 copy of Sentence of Doom, 1 Skill Drain, and 2 D-Board. For the extra deck, we have Owl Mirage, Security Gardener, 1 Cherubini in a Bikini, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Phantom Knight's Rusty Bardich, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Boral Sword Dragon, 1 Avramax, 1 Phantom Knight's Break Sword, 1 Nightmare Shark, 1 Doubted Magician, 1 number 90 Galaxy's Photon Lord, 1 Dingirzu, 1 Double A Zoo Sky Thunder, and a Fortress Dragon that can honestly be anything you want it to be. As to the side deck, a lot of different things you can do here. Sense of Doom, we do play as a one-of, but this can help you get to your win condition just a little bit faster, because you can ditch this card to activate one of your spiritual messages straight from the deck on your turn, so that's a nice thing. You got Summon Limit if your opponent's really swarming board and you really want to stop them from swarming board. This is a good card to stall your opponent a little bit. You also have Shade Brigandine, which you can search off easily with Silent Boots if you want to make more links and things. If you want Spell Trap Protection, I would recommend something like Starlight Road, because if your opponent tries to Harpy Feather Dust you, you can use this. Stop the Harpy's Feather Duster, get out a Stardust Dragon, and protect your spells from more destruction. If you want to just, pretty much guarantee wins, but at the cost of any enjoyment out of it, Mystic Mind's a thing. There's also things like Super Poly, because we are playing all dark monsters. So that's another thing. And Battle Fader's just here if you really want more battle protection. Magic Planner can be used to, get rid of a Fog Blade or a Sentence of Doom if you want more draw, but that's all up to you. So, with all that said and done, let's go into EDO Pro, show this deck off in all of its glory, and have ourselves a good time. Alright, our first opponent, another day, another card game. And we're going first, and we have ourselves a decent enough going hand for going first. Because I've got my D-Board Searcher, and I've got other things as well. Let's go ahead. Activate Dark Spirit's Mastery. I'll ditch Skarm here. And we're going to be able to get our D-Board. D-Board is, of course, our win condition. Each of my opponent's end phases, I get to activate one of my spirit messages. If I can get all 5 on the board at once, I win automatically. That's the idea of the deck. We've also got Doomdog. Doomdog's an interesting dude. If he leaves the field, like if I link him with Mirage, I can search out one of my Necrofears. So I'm going to go ahead and get Dark Necrofear. I can't use it just yet, but it's a start to things. We'll go ahead and make a Secure Gardener. This will mitigate some damage in case things go wrong. And we'll end our turn. And Skarm in the end phase, he's going to go ahead and search me out my tour guide. So, basically what this deck does, we do 2 different things. We got the D-Board combo. Obviously, that's the thing we do. We like to summon out of the spiritual cards. But we also need some side stuff. We need a side strategy. We got links and things thanks to our tour guide. And that's what we like to do. Okay, so this guy's playing Gizmeks? Or is he just playing these Gizmeks? One or the other. Card a face-up monster. Ooh, extra deck killer. Extra deck killer, Gizmek Kaku. I see, he stole my monster. So this is, in fact, a Gizmek deck. I've not played against pure Gizmeks in a long time. Summon a machine attack equal to its defense lower level than the attributed monster. And yeah, you can just bring this back by banishing more stuff. So he's got himself some combos and some wombos here. And he's also got Makami. What does this one do? Discard a monster. Okay, so this is his searcher. Okay. Kuriboh, I need to protect me from the big monsters. But I don't need Kuriboh for that. We've got Dark Sanctuary. If my opponent attacks me, I can use Dark Sanctuary. He has to flip a coin. If he calls it wrong, his attack gets negated and he takes half as much damage as I would have taken. So that's a thing. It's a thing. So, yeah, he's got all these monsters. No spell trap removal yet, although the Masquerena is certainly a thing. That is certainly a thing. What does this do? Add a banished face-down machine whose attack equals its own defense. Okay. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Yeah, he is just going all out with the Gizmeks here. He's just going all out, all downtown. He is going to summon all the things. All I need to worry about... Okay, so he is going to go for the battle phase. Good. Dark Sanctuary will go off. I'm not going to use D-board yet. I use that in the end phase. And he picked it right. Alright, well, he's got a 50-50 chance. That is how that works. And you just keep pick tails twice in a row, and he got it twice in a row. Come on, Dark Sanctuary, do your job. Thank you. That's all I ask. That's all I ask, Dark Sanctuary, is stop some of these attacks. Man, Tails never does fail, does it? He picked 3 Tails, and each Tails was the right answer. It's pretty nutty. Pretty nutty. Alrighty, I need some defense. What is he? A Blackluster Soldier Boy. Alrighty, that's something. I could deal with that, I believe. So we'll go for D-board. Gonna get that started. And thanks to my Dark Sanctuary, I can put my monsters in the monster zone. Normally, you get locked out of spell traps because of this. But because of Dark Sanctuary, we are not locked out. Alright, we're going to go use Dark Spirit Mastery. I don't want these in my hand, right? I can play these from the hand, but I'd rather put them on the bottom of my deck and draw some new cards. Beautiful. Alrighty. I need more. So let's go ahead for Tour Guide. We'll use Tour Guide's effect to summon out a Rhino Warrior. This will let me flood to the grave with fiends as well as just general goodness. So we'll go ahead and use these two. Make Cherubini. We use Rhino Warrior to send another monster to the grave. We're going to send... let me think about that. Unfortunately, I've already used Scarm, which is not necessarily great. Alright, we'll send Graph. Graph will go off. That'll get me Seer. And I suppose... So I can make Rusty Bardiche. That's not really going to help me too much. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is boom, 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 banish 3 fiends, bring out Dark Necrofear. Because I really need to make myself an Avermax in this case. I need something that'll both protect my monsters as well as just, you know, do other things. Let's see. No. That will not be necessary. We're going to make Avermax. That way Avermax can beat over things. His Gizmek Kaku, let's see, destroys a monster by battle, special summon a, Target a monster and the extra monster, yeah, but he can't target this. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of his Chaos Soldier. I don't trust the Chaos Soldier. I'd rather him get destroyed rather than anything else. Because good old Avermax can beat over anything that's special summoned. That is his skill. And we'll end our turn. We'll end our turn for now. Alright, so he's activating an effect. Sure. We'll use Malice. I can discard Malice when my opponent activates an effect to bring back my Necrofear. little bit of extra defense. And if he does destroy Necrofear, I can equip it to an opponent's monster. And then steal that monster. Alright, so now we're not quite out of the woods yet. He still has 9 cards left in his deck. I suppose the one thing I would fear right now is if he had, like, Underworld Goddess, because he could link off my Avermax if he got another monster. That would be bad. But we'll see how it goes. You know, we're 2 steps into our Spirit Message. I could really use Sentence of Doom right now, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We're pretty good. He can't attack my tokens. Or not my token. Can't attack Spirit Message. Both because of Avermax and because of Sanctuary. My opponent can't target me for attacks. Can't target me with effects. But he can attack me directly if I had nothing but the Spirit Messages. But thankfully, I've got Avermax. So I'm pretty set. You know, he's got the Pentastag. He doesn't understand he can't attack this. Or maybe he has some non-targeted something to get rid of Avermax. I don't know. But I think, yeah, my opponent definitely misread the situation because he's out of cards. He's out of things. His monster's huge. But I have a monster that beats over anything huge. So, unfortunate for him, he can't beat over Avermax. Come on, Dark Sanctuary, do your job. Dark Sanctuary, you just have this, like, favoritism going for you. Going for tails. I don't know what it is, but you do it. Alright, well, at the very least, Avermax is working for us. So my opponent is out of a deck. He has surrendered. A decent showing, but we have not gone for the D board yet. We need to go into D board. So let's go for Duel Number Two. Try to get the D board going. I think this is more of a case of my opponent decking out. If he had been going for a more long game term thing, we would definitely be into the D board. And we'll go for Duel Number Two, and hopefully we'll get to show that off. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. This time we get to go first, which is very nice. And we do have a lot of the things we need. Very nice. Alright, I can deal with that. So we'll go ahead and start off with our Dark Sanctuary. And I do have my Cursed Necrofear. Nice for getting cards back, but I might have to discard you, lass. Sorry about that. We'll go ahead and Allure of Darkness. Let's see here. Ooh. I see. Okay, we'll have to do this then. We'll have to discard the Spirit Message, but because of Dark Spirit Mastery, I can just get that back. I can just shuffle it back, so it's not a problem discarding it. And we're just going to try and dig into a Tour Guide. Ooh, gotta banish one of these. I guess the Silent Boots. If nothing else, that's something. Hey, George, how's it going? We're getting done, buddy. Don't worry. Alright, so we'll get our Torn Scale out here. Waditch Skarm. You want Karibo? Go get him. Yes, I will use Karibo as a throw toy. Do not judge me. No judging. Alright. We'll send ourselves a Silent Boots. Although, you know what? I misplayed there a little bit. That was a slight misplay on my part. You know, I could have searched out a Phantom Knight Silent Boots by sending Cloak. Summoned it and made Cherub... Well... Yeah, I could have made Cherubini. Alright, not a big whoopsie. The most I'm going to miss out on is having another copy of Fogblade. So not a huge problem. But regardless of that, we have ourselves our starting board. I've got a Torn Scale. I've got D-board. I've got Sanctuary. I've got a Fogblade. All's good in the hood. Alright, so we've got the Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. So this is a Blue Boy deck. Interesting. Actually, it could be a lot of different things. This is some sort of spellcasters. Could it be plain old Spellbooks? Potentially. Alright. Oh, he's got the Spellbook of Fate. So he can return a set spell trap. Well, I don't really want him to return my D-board at the moment, so I will force him to bounce the Fogblade. Ah, man, already going with the Spellbook of Fate and the Spellbook of Power. This guy's playing plain old Spellbook, so this is a nasty card. If he destroys my monster, which hopefully will be prevented, which it shall, very good. See, Dark Sanctuary, you're doing your job now. And I appreciate it. But yeah, but if you destroyed me in battle, you could have added another spellbook spell. Alright, what is this guy playing? What is this guy's doing? He's playing oh wait, what is that? World of Prophecy. Let's see. Special summon by the effective spellcaster or a spellbook spell. Target 2 spellbook spells in the grave, added to hand. Cannot special summon. When you add cards from hand by this effect, reveal 4 spellbooks. Destroy all other cards on the field. I see. So you've got yourself a bit of a field nuke, I see. Interesting. Alright. Well, let's go ahead for our D-board. We'll get to the letter E. I'll put it right here. I should mention there is some use in putting these here. I could, if I wanted to, use them as link material. I just very rarely want to do that. It's a very occasional thing. Let's go ahead and get back the letter A. Draw. Hey, another fog blade. Not bad. Not bad at all. So let's go ahead and summon out our tour guide of the underworld. Go for tour guide. If he stops me, that's fine too. Oh, that I don't like. That I don't like. Dogmatic punishment. Sending Natis, I see. Alright, well, he is gonna Natis me. The question is, what's gonna die here? I have a bad feeling I know, but I'm not going to say what I'm thinking. He can pop 1 card on the field. Okay, so he'll go after the field spell. That's the best thing it could have been for us, because I already have another copy of my field spell. So, all's good there. So we're going to go ahead and use our Fiendish Rhino Warrior. And I'm just checking my graveyard real quick. Skarm's already in the grave. So we're going to send Graf. That way Graf will go ahead and bring out Seer. We'll use Cherubini to load up the grave a little bit. We'll send ourselves an Ancient Cloak. And we should be pretty set from here. I'll go ahead and use Cloak. Get myself my other Torn Scale. I can't really use it, but you never know. Oh, but I should mention, I banished a Phantom Knight. I can bring back of the scale that's in my grave. Ha-cha. Alright, so let's go ahead and make... Let's make Masquerena. Good old Masquerena. And now Seer's going to go ahead and bring back Skarm. And we'll put him here. So he'll get immediately destroyed. But that way I'll search a card in the end phase. That's all I really need. Alright, so we've got Avermax. Still got my Dark Sanctuary. This guy, he does have a field nuke, which I should be a little worried about. But I'm pretty sure we're good. Because while he does have things established, like his graveyard's pretty full and he does have his field spell, I've got Avermax, I've got my Sanctuary and everything. I'm searching out all these little tour guides. I'm pretty set. I'm pretty set. I just have to hope that my opponent, like, lasts a couple turns. It'd be really nice if I could top deck into my, my sentence. If I can get into my sentence and get that in the grave by some means, that would be really good. We'll see how it goes. So he has got the brand Spellbook Tower. He still has 4 cards in hand. So he's not out of options. Although now he knows I have a Fog Blade. Well, I don't think he knows I have a Fog Blade, but he knows I have stuff. So he's got the Ecclesia the Virtuous. I will have to stop that. Now, because of Fog Blade, I can't attack his Ecclesia. But it doesn't matter. I don't need to attack his monster. I'm not going to attack his monster. Because he surrenders. Unfortunate indeed. We're getting close. You know, we're getting the combo. But unfortunately, sometimes people on EDO Pro, when they see you're doing D-board and they know they can't out it too easy, then they're just going to quit. Which is very unfortunate indeed. So, let's go ahead for another duel. Maybe do 4th duel. We'll see how it goes. But let's go for another duel. Really just want the D-board to get out on the board. Alrighty, 3rd and final opponent. Last chance for romance. Let's go all in, all for it. Don't get my D-board searcher, which is unfortunate, but at least I got tour guide, so that's something. It's a wee bit of something. You know, some people, they see you're playing D-board, they're okay, but when you start going for Avermax and things, some people will be like, no. They don't understand. Avermax isn't here for beating over stuff. He's exclusively in here to protect my D-board. In case, well, he's there in case my field spell goes away. That's his entire purpose in life. So we're gonna go ahead for Cherubini. We've seen this combo before, so I'm not gonna explain it too much, but you know, that's what we're doing. Sending Graph to the grave. Graph goes off. Bring out Skarm. And I'll be able to make my Avermax as I tend to do. It's just a matter of if I can get to my D-board. That's all I really need. If I can get my D-board, I'm good. I just need to get D-board. I've got 3 copies of the searcher for it. I've got 2 copies of it itself. You don't only need to have 3 copies of D-board. Unless you really wanted to do that. But we typically don't need to do that. So we'll make our Avermax. We'll set ourselves a Fogblade. We'll end our turn and we'll start deck thinning a little bit. And since I already have a tour guide, what else can I get? I'll get an Octhros. That way I can get myself a Dark Necrophere. That's something. It's something. So my opponent, pretty standard decks. Oh, actually, he's got a 45 card main deck. Fluffles. That could, well, the Fluffles have an out to Avermax. Branded might have an opening or an outing to Avermax. What's this do? Take a Despia, add to hand, or summon. Summoning out Aluber. I see. So this guy's trying to OTK me with big fusions. That's what I'm reading here. Alright, so he's got to the Aluber. He's got that dude. So he's going to be able to, what does this do? Add a branded spell trap. The one thing I'm worried about here, since he is playing branded, a lot of the branded stuff now goes for that dragon. The dragon that lets you fuse into another dragon that fuses into, Red Eyes Dragoon. Which would not be fun for me. Activation of cards effects that include fusion summoning can't be negated. Cannot activate cards effects when a monster is fusioned this way. Okay. Take your time. Take your time. I got some time. Take your time, Mr. Branded Man. Alright, so he is going to just do old-fashioned polymerization. He is going to Polywally Doodle all the day. He's going to summon out the dude who makes me pay life points to do things. If you fusion a fusion, add a Fallen of Albaz or a monster that lists it. And then this guy can just summon himself out, and he's going to get Tweety Bird. Alright. He certainly has a Tweety Bird. Luckily, yeah, this guy doesn't do much, because he can't target me with stuff. This guy costs me 600 every time I do things, but is what it is. So he's going to summon out Albion the Branded Dragon. This is the stardom up for him fusing out of the wazoo. So he's going to fusion into the other fusion. And thanks to this branded thing, I can't interrupt any of this, which kind of sucks, not going to lie. Not going to lie, that part I don't like. Okay, no, he's doing something else. Brigand the Glory Dragon. What does this do? Can't be destroyed by battle. Control the fusion. Some opponent cannot target monsters with effects. Okay. That's cool. That's different. I was expecting him to do the other thing, but he didn't. Fallen of Albaz yet again. The only thing I need to worry about is if he can fuse with my Avermax. Which thankfully I've got Fogblade for that. Although, no, if he goes for Fallen of Albaz, I can't interrupt that. I can stop the I can do it on his summon, so that's something. We'll see. Again, all I really want to see is D-board. That'll do. That'll do. So, let's start by getting rid of his Masquerade Dragon. That way I can, like, do things without paying life points. Granted, this guy can, like... What was it? It can come back, right? Card controls a do... Okay, so he can revive that. We'll go ahead for Dark Spirit's Mastery. Ditching our Doom Dog. He's got something. Is he gonna ash me? He might. He could. You never know. He's got something. He's got a wee bit of something. All I'm trying... I mean, I know. I'm summoning the Avermax, but all I really want to do... Let's see if it works. It's a new card. Uh-oh. Branded Exile. What does this do? Target a Despia in the grave. Summon it. Then do a fusion summon. Okay. Dang. New cards. Dang old Blanded. Okay, so we got to bring back his Masquerade Dragon. I guess it does not work. Dang. New cards always be broke day one. It's true. This is why I don't play new cards on EDO Pro. It's because they're always broken. They're always, I mean, granted, it did work the first... Maybe he just couldn't fuse. It could be that he just could not fuse. I don't know. I don't know what he was trying to fuse into. That's the question. I mean, granted, he does have his Masquerade Dragon back. And it won't be banished this time, so he could bring it back again. What do you think, Rebo? I was curious if we could fusion some of the monsters that can't be targeted. I don't know. Okay, well, luckily, I've got Fogblade. So that'll stop his Dingirzu from straight up killing me. I don't know how to answer. It's a weird thing. I'm pretty sure he can. It depends on how it works. Okay, so he's going to get back the Branded Exile. That will allow him to attempt to use its effect again. I'm really curious what the Fluffle part of this deck is for. Maybe, is the Fluffle part just to search Poly? I have a feeling that this is mostly a branded deck. He's just using Fluffles as an engine. I guess that's the case. So we're going to go ahead for our D board. Get out the E. Hacha. Alright, so now we've got our E. I've got another D in case things go horribly, horribly wrong. And let's see here. What is in my grave that's triggering? No, I don't need to do that. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to end my turn. I'm not going to do anything. We'll let our opponent think I've got nothing. But in reality, I just want Destiny board to go off. That's all I really care about. You know what? Avermax is cool, but I prefer this. I prefer my bloody D board. That's all I'm here for. So he's going to fuse yet again. We'll see what he fuses this time. Will it be another one of that dragon, or will it be the other dragon? Alright. Okay, so it's the other dragon. Lubellion the Searing. This is the thing that lets him go into... what do you call it? This is the thing that lets him make a Dragoon. He could make a Dragoon, which would not be fun for me, because then he could just negate Destiny board. Which I would not appreciate. But I kind of like my D board. It's kind of like the whole point of the deck. Or conversely, he can make this thing. Let's see, what does this do again? Banish a monster on the field. Effects. Yeah, I'm unaffected. Dark Sanctuary says I'm unaffected by your Icicle Blade. Understandable. Understandable. You gotta try. You can't just give up. You gotta give it a shot. But I am glad he didn't just straight up make Dragoon. That would have been unfortunate. Okay, so what does this do? Get another branded card? Okay. So he's gonna get his field spell that lets him fusion summon. I'm gonna get myself another D-board card. Get myself another spirit message. Go for A. We're 3 down, 2 to go. Alright. Let me think about this. Should I get rid of that? I probably should. What does this do? Destroy all monsters upon controls during the end phase of the turn. I think I should get rid of this. I mean, again, he can't destroy me. But at the very least, I'll get rid of something. Take a Despia, add to hand, or summon. For the rest of the turn, can't special. Okay. So he's going to go for Aliber on his turn. Search himself a card. Okay, so I really do think that the Frightfurs are just an engine to make the branded easier. That's definitely what's going on here. So he's going to get out the branded in red. I'm going to keep attacking this thing. Because I feel like this is a more problematic monster than everybody else. And we'll go for Avermax. So he'll go ahead and attempt to nuke me in end phase, but I can't be destroyed. I am unaffected by other cards. So we're good there. So now, we're almost there, folks. I have a good feeling. Like, I don't even have to do... I mean, this guy... Okay, he'll go for Dengirzu. Understandable. So he's going to get rid of Avermax. Unfortunately... Well, luckily, Avermax leaves the board. I can spin a card back into the deck. So even if he goes for Branded Exile and fuses, I can spin that thing. I play Orcus for one reason. Yep. And cards like that one. Yeah, understandable. Because Avermax, he can be problematic, but Dengirzu does out it. So let's go ahead and... What do I want to get rid of? This lets him... Okay, so this thing doesn't do anything that problematic. I'm going to get rid of the Despia spell. I don't want him to have a free fuse. Granted, he's just going to get a free fuse because he's going to search a poly. But I feel like the field spell is the worst thing at the moment. So that's what we're getting rid of. Alright, so now he's going to poly yet again into what? Guardian Chimera. Number of cards using material from the... Oh, no, and he used a lot of cards in his hand. He is gonna pop my stuff. Oh, no. Well, unfortunate. He got rid of D-board, our biggest weakness. You see, getting rid of D-board gets rid of all my spells. Yep. Now you have to go through this. Granted, you got that Tails. You got that Tails, man. If I can just get one heads, I'll live. Come on, heads. Come on, heads. You can do it. You can do it. Believe in the power of Karibo's upside down. Come on. Heads. 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 Karibo is a head. Ah. Unfortunate. GG. Alright, well, it don't get any more plain than that, folks. Let's go for the end screen. Alrighty, so D-Board 2022. We got 2 wins. Unfortunately, none of them were actually going into D-Board. Going for the D-Board card, it's tricky. You know, you could make it a lot easier with things like, you know, locking your opponent out. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted something a bit more straightforward. Something where my opponent could at least attempt to play through it. And unfortunately, you know, we weren't able to do the D-Board this time around. So that happens. We tried. We put our best foot forward. But sometimes you just keep tossing tails. So that's today's deck, everybody. I hope you learned something from this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Took some enjoyment out of it. And next time on the channel, we're taking a look at Tin Dangles. And we'll hope to have some good fun with that, too. So until next time, your boy Memphis signing out. Take care till next time. You have a good one.